Today, I will be reviewing Terrifier 2. Now, I gotta say, this is absolutely one of my favorite Terrifier, movies of all time. It's, seriously my favorite one. It's, my favorite one out of the whole franchise. I do think this movie is absolutely better than the first movie. Now, I do like the first movie, even if it didn't have that much of a plot, but this movie is just better, in my own opinion. I don't know, it's just the plot feels like its own adventure. It's just lots of crazy kills. It's like going on a full adventure in this movie, and I just love this movie. I think this movie is just one of the best Terrifier movies of all time. It's just such a good movie. I just love this movie a lot. Seriously, I just watch this movie basically, all the time because it's just so good. So yeah, basically, of course, we're gonna have new characters because, well, the characters in the first Terrifier movie basically died, except for Victoria Hayes. Victoria Hayes is still alive, but, her face is all dismembered. But I'll get to more Victoria Hayes around the end of this video. But this movie, of course, has some new characters. Well, of course, because, like I said, most of the characters died in the first film. Most of them. But, yeah, basically, the main character of this movie is Sienna Shaw, and she is one of the best final girls of all time, in my opinion. And, of course, she has a brother named Jonathan. And, basically, them encounter Art the Clown, and Art the Clown is just getting, Sienna's friends and just following Sienna. It's like its own adventure, and I just love this movie too much. And, of course, it has lots of crazy, insane kills, because, this is Art the Clown. Of course he's gonna have lots of insane kills, and he's not gonna stop doing it, so, yeah. Which is just absolutely crazy, but I cannot wait to review this movie. By the way, this movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes, which is absolutely crazy. I don't know how long this movie review is gonna be, but I know I will for sure have a fun time. So let me review this movie! The movie basically begins in Miles County, the town where this whole franchise takes place in. And apparently that corner guy from the first film is revealed to still be alive, but apparently he is bleeding out because Art the Clown, of course, attacked him. Speaking of Art the Clown, there he is. Man, Art, you look messed up as heck. I do like that he gets to write his mirror on, his, name on the mirror. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it's basically too late for this corner guy because he dies by Art the Clown. So yeah, of course Art the Clown gets the corner in a very, gory way, which, of course, I'm not gonna show most of it because, well, it's too gory. Oh yeah, and if you see this in the way, well, then I'm just taking this from Tubi, so yeah. Because that's the only place where I can find most of the footage from this movie. Art the Clown basically makes it to a laundromat so all of the blood on his clothing can, go away, basically. Oh, and apparently he's waving to a creepy little girl. I mean, that's creepy. And apparently this little girl's name is the Pale Little Girl. I mean, that's a very interesting name. But I do think she is a pretty memorable character because, well, I don't know, I think she's just a cool character. And apparently her real name is Emily, who apparently was a real-life child who died in, the circus, apparently. And if that name Emily sounds familiar, well, it's because that cat lady from the first film did have a doll named Emily. So I guess that this girl is actually the cat lady's daughter. Yeah, I really don't know, but I suggest checking out the lore if you want to know something about the Pale Little Girl or something like that. We now finally get to have a title card. Heck yeah! Oh, and of course the movie begins with, some retro music and stuff like that. Well, it already begun, but you know what I mean, of course, so yeah. And not gonna lie, why does this music sound pretty epic? Yeah, seriously, I do absolutely love the soundtrack in this movie. It just sounds so cool. So I highly, recommend checking out the Terrifier 2 soundtrack, because it just sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, moving on. So yeah, of course we have a bunch of characters in this movie, including, well, Barbara Shaw, who is basically the mother of this movie. And of course we get to see the main character of this movie, Sienna Shaw, which is just one of the best final girls ever. We also get to see Jonathan Shaw, who is basically, well, obsessed with the Miles County Clown, which is, of course, Art the Clown. And Sienna and, well, Barbara are basically telling Jonathan not to be obsessed. Oh my god, why do I have an ad about Panera? This is how Tubi is, but whatever, I guess. By the way, I do absolutely love Panera. Shout out to Panera. That was possibly the most random scene I ever done in my video, but that was pretty funny. Moving on. I also do like that Sienna and Jonathan do get to bond together. I mean, because that's absolutely nice. Just a sister and brother relationship. That's absolutely nice. Sienna basically gets some sleep by just, I don't know, playing some, like, TV or something, which looks interesting. So yeah, apparently Sienna is now in a dream where there are a bunch of grown-ups just wearing kid costumes, because of course, that's just the most random scene for a Terrifier film. Oh, and of course we have this random girl singing. I mean, I guess that's really cool. Yeah, I have no idea. Also, Sienna looks so confused as heck. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't even understand why she's wearing a kid costume, but who knows. But I do think this scene is absolutely cool, because, I don't know, this movie is just amazing. Oh, and apparently we also get to see a nun, too, so, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but it's not like dreams make any sense. But I'm glad we do get to see Art the Clown in this scene, because he's just the main attention of this movie, including Sienna, because, well, she's our final girl, of course. Apparently, Art the Clown gives Sienna a present, and, yeah, I wonder what that present is. Oh, it's just worms and a heart? Ew! Art the Clown basically grabs out a gun and shoots up everyone in this place, and let me just tell you, I think the scene is pretty cool, but pretty insane at the same time. Oh man, Art the Clown, you're just doing too much already. Art the Clown also decides to, I don't know, put the girl who's, like, singing the Clown Cafe song on fire. Yeah, I think she would be freaking out now, but like I said, dreams make no sense. But of course, she then wakes up from her nightmare, and, yeah, apparently her angel wings, which is her Halloween costume, catches on fire. No! Oh my god, this is just so bad. And her magical sword is apparently on fire as well. Come on! So yeah, apparently Barbara and Jonathan then wake up from all the madness, and of course Barbara is all mad that this is happening, that there's fire in Sienna's room, so yeah, of course she just gets mad, which is crazy. Art the Clown is now basically making some weapons, and apparently he's just putting, like, lots of stuff together on, like, this big hammer thing. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but apparently the pale little girl is just watching some TV. Oh, apparently the little girl is, well, watching Monica Brown, which is that girl who had her eyes gouged out by, well, Victoria Hayes. And apparently it's revealed that Monica Brown, you know, the girl who had her eyes out in, like, the first film, somehow survived or something. So, yeah, I guess she's scarred for life, Monica Brown or something, but apparently she survived. Also, is it just me, or was this the opening scene of the original Terrifier? Wait, does that mean this scene and the opening scene in the first Terrifier, it's basically the same scene? I mean, this movie does take place 1 year after the first Terrifier film in 2018, so I guess that's supposed to make sense. I don't really know, but whatever, I guess. But of course, Art the Clown just gets on, like, rage mode or something, and decides to kick the TV. Oh, come on, Art the Clown, why do you have to kick the TV? Jonathan is now at school, as apparently he gets to see a bunch of kids there, apparently just being crazy and stuff like that. And apparently these kids are just, being disrespectful or something. Yeah, which is just, crazy. Yeah, I don't really know, but okay. Apparently the principal gets mad at the two kids who are apparently being bullies, and she apparently is just saying what's going on and stuff like that. The principal is played by Felissa Rose, who played Angela in, well, the movie Sleepaway Camp, and I cannot wait to, well, review Sleepaway Camp. So I guess it's pretty cool that we do get to see, well, Felissa Rose in this movie, because, well, she was in the Sleepaway Camp movie, so it's a cool cameo that she gets to make, well, a cameo in this movie, so, yeah. Jonathan is now walking in the hallways of the school until he gets to see Art and the pale little girl. So yeah, apparently Jonathan gets creeped out to, well, whatever's going on over here. And now we are back with Sienna, who apparently is having lunch now. And of course Sienna has, like, her friend Allie, who I think is a really good character in this movie. We also get to see Sienna's other friend, Brooke, who I think is a really cool character to this movie as well. Apparently, Brooke is telling Allie and Sienna that, like, Monica Brown, that talk show host, who had her eyes, like, gouged out, apparently survived, which I did say earlier in this video, so, yeah. And apparently Sienna is just too creeped out of what's going on, and Brooke and Allie are apologizing because of whatever happened and stuff like that. So, yeah. Sienna is now at the costume shop where she's getting new angel wings because, well, of course they caught on fire because she had that dream. And apparently Allie is there just saying that this costume about the angel wings looks nice. So, that's nice to say. Apparently Allie also gets jump scared by Art the Clown as well. So, yeah, that's, spooky! I also like the scene where Art the Clown is staring at Sienna. It just looks so creepy, like, really creepy. It kind of reminds me of, like, when Tara saw, like, in the first Terrifier film, where Tara did see, like, Pennywise. Wait, no, not Pennywise! That's not Pennywise. When he saw Art the Clown, like, being frozen or so. So it kind of reminds me of that scene from Terrifier 1. What am I thinking? This is not Pennywise at all. This is Art the Clown. I don't know how I could got that confused, but hey, we all make mistakes. And this also means my videos are not scripted as well. Well, at least for the dialogue. Sienna is now cashing out for her outfit by this guy named Ricky, who apparently is the owner of the store or something, so that's nice. I absolutely love the scene where Art the Clown is deciding to wear sunglasses, because I don't know, it just looks so goofy on Art the Clown. Like the sunflower glasses, those look absolutely cool on Art the Clown. And these glasses as well. Oh yeah, and of course these glasses, because of course. There are of course moments where Art the Clown can be distracting as well.
Sir, if you're gonna put that in your mouth, you gotta pay for it.
Okay, Art the Clown, you're definitely being absolutely, distracting. Oh my god, another ad, seriously? Art the Clown decides to, I don't know, use a bottle so he can smash Ricky's head, which sucks. And apparently he also gets stabbed by the bottle. Oh my god. Oh geez, she also gets a meat cleaver in his head. Brutal. Oh, and apparently he's decapitated as well. Sienna returns home with some Halloween candy since it is that time of year, and basically her mom is basically saying that Jonathan apparently came home early because he was misbehaving in school. And apparently Jonathan is saying to Sienna that when their dad, Jonathan and Sienna's dad, passed away, like, apparently their dad drew, like, lots of creepy stuff, including Art the Clown stuff like that or so. And of course their mom just goes full on rage mode. Allie decides to open the door just to see that Art the Clown is going trick-or-treating, and apparently Allie says to Art the Clown that, well, that he is a little too old to go trick-or-treating, but then she realizes that it's the same guy from the costume shop, and Art the Clown is like, yes, and stuff like that. So apparently Art the Clown just wants some candy, so just give him some candy! But apparently she doesn't want to give him candy for some weird reason. But eventually she does give Art the Clown some candy until Art the Clown gets a little too mad about Allie. Yeah, this is some bad news for you, Allie, I must say. We now get a montage sequence where Sienna decides to, well, go for, like, her Halloween costume, because it is Halloween in this movie. We're now back in Allie's house, who apparently is, well, she decides to, well, dress up to a witch, which is, well, pretty cool, I must say. But apparently Allie gets to hear some noise in the back of her house, so she decides to explore it. And turns out the window is broken, which is bad. And turns out Art the Clown is also in your house as well, who decides to drink some water, because of course he needs some water. Water is absolutely good for you. Yeah! Allie decides to run away from Art the Clown, but it's basically too late because, well, it's pretty much too late for Allie, which is just absolutely crazy. But yeah, I basically can't include this much of a scene because, well, this scene is basically so gory that I don't know if I can even show this. I mean, it's just so crazy. So I highly suggest watching Terrifier 2 on, like, Tubi or something because, yeah, Allie's death is by far the most gruesome. So, yeah, if you're a Terrifier fan, then you know what death I'm basically talking about. But yeah, all I can say is that this death is basically my favorite kill because it's just so violent and crazy. Flashing lights warning, by the way. Sienna and Brooke now arrived at the Halloween party all dressed up, and apparently Brooke is wondering where Allie is, but apparently, well, they don't know is that Allie is already dead from Art the Clown, so, yeah, that absolutely sucks. But apparently they get drunk or something, which is just absolutely bad, and high for some reason, too, so, yeah, which is just absolutely crazy. Oh, and apparently we also get to see Brooke's boyfriend as well, so, yeah, I guess that's I guess that's cool, I guess. But yeah, basically the characters decide to have like a dance party or something, which I guess is interesting, I guess. But geez, this is just claustrophobia. There are just too many people here. What is going on? So yeah, we do have a bunch of trick-or-treaters, and apparently it is, well, Art the Clown, which is basically holding a head. And apparently this head is Allie's mom, which is just absolutely horrifying. Oh my god, Art the Clown, you are just so crazy. This guy needs to learn to chill. Barbara, Jonathan's mom, decides to go into, well, his bedroom and say that I'm sorry you're not going trick-or-treating. Because apparently Jonathan is in trouble for, like, leaving school early, so he just is, well, not going to trick-or-treat. Even if it is truly Art the Clown's fault or something. But apparently Jonathan's mom gets mad, and then Jonathan decides to run away from his house. Which is quite sad, I must say. Is it just me, or do I feel bad for Barbara? Because she looks absolutely sad, not gonna lie. I kind of feel bad for her, even if she is pretty loud. Man, this sucks. Apparently, Barbara goes downstairs in the basement and then finds out that her car is ruined. Man! Oh my god, what is going on? I do like the scene where Sienna is calling her mom, because it's just a nice moment. Sure, her mom is already mad that the car is destroyed, but it's a nice moment, because it just proves that their relationship is just, well, amazing or something. So yeah, that's really nice, even if she is mad as heck. But what sucks is that Barbara dies by Art the Clown. No! Jonathan comes home but realizes that his mom is already dead, which absolutely sucks. But then after that, Jonathan decides to run because he sees the pale little girl, and then, well, Art the Clown is basically after Jonathan. So yeah, Art the Clown is basically attacking, well, Jonathan, and, yeah. But Art the Clown decides to use this needle and put it into Jonathan's neck, which apparently makes Jonathan sleepy or something like that. Oh no, Art the Clown now has Sienna's magical sword. Well, this is absolutely bad, I must say. Sienna now says that she wants to go home to Brooke, basically, because, well, she's just tired. And apparently during the party, she was jump scared by the pale little girl or something. But Brooke is all mad because, well, she thinks that, like, she drugged Sienna or something. Yeah, I don't really know, but this is just a lot going on. Sienna now gets a call from her brother, Jonathan, but wait, isn't Jonathan already, like, knocked out sleepy or something? Well, it turns out it's not Jonathan. It's actually the pale little girl just mocking Jonathan's voice or just imitating him or something. So, yeah, basically the pale little girl is saying to, like, meet them at, like, the carnival or something. So, yeah. And, yeah, they do make it to the carnival. Sienna decides to get out of the car so she can go find her brother, while Brooke and her boyfriend are apparently just chilling in the car, or whatever. But yeah, Brooke's boyfriend already dies by being stabbed by Art the Clown. Oh my god. Oh my god, Art the Clown, you're just absolutely, like, insane. This is madness. Art the Clown is basically taking his, like, sweet time, and basically Brooke is just, well, running from Art the Clown. Sienna now made it into the carnival funhouse, which is basically called the Terrifier. Heck yeah! Brooke is now apparently trapped with Art the Clown, which is just some bad news. And remember Art the Clown making his own weapon earlier? Well, it turns out it is already made, which looks absolutely insane. Oh my god. Also, Art the Clown basically has, well, something to, well, he basically has some acid behind him. And, well, if you already guessed it, he already uses the acid on Brooke, which basically burns her face. Oh my god. Oh my god, and he basically beats her to death with that thing as well? That is gnarly! Oh my god, and he also eats Brooke's heart? You nasty, Art the Clown. Sienna now realizes that Brooke is dead, and apparently Art the Clown is just waiting there and stuff like that, and apparently just waving at Sienna, which is just, well, yeah, that's something to say. Jonathan is seen to be trapped there, but apparently Sienna tells Jonathan to run and stuff like that. And yeah, Art the Clown basically beats up Sienna as well. Man, that sucks. Jonathan is now hiding away from Art the Clown, as Art the Clown is apparently just, well, finding Jonathan. So, yeah. Art the Clown then runs into, Jonathan runs into Art the Clown, as Art the Clown, well, decides to use this, like, scalpel or something, just to slash Jonathan's face and beat him up. But Art the Clown saves the day by literally using his weapon and stabbing him in the head. You would think that would kill Art the Clown, but yeah, it does not, because Art the Clown is a demon, so yeah. Or should I say, he is possessed by a demon. Art the Clown is also using this other weapon, which apparently is like whipping Jonathan or something. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but apparently it's just like very brutal and stuff like that. But eventually, after all of that drama going on, Sienna catches the whip, basically, and apparently uses it on Art the Clown for revenge. And she basically does beat up Art the Clown multiple times with that, so yeah, good for you. Yeah. Art the Clown now grabs Sienna to the neck, basically trying to strangle her, basically. So that's what Art the Clown is doing. And apparently Jonathan is already passed out, because after all the drama going on and stuff like that. Oh great, now Sienna already fell down, and apparently this pit thing down there is supposed to be like hell or something. Yeah, I don't really know, but I think it's supposed to be something like that. Oh yeah, and Sienna basically gets stabbed by her own sword, which sucks. And now she basically fell into, like, hell or something, so yeah. I guess now all of a sudden Sienna now fell into hell, but now she's, like, drowning or something, which got to be, like, terrifying, because she's just trying to find a way out, but she can't, because apparently something is, like, grabbing her or something like that. Oh great, Sienna is now back into the Clown Cafe where everyone is apparently like zombies or something. Wow, that's interesting. And do you want to know what's crazy? Is that Sienna is not even breathing anymore. So yeah, that's basically the death of Sienna, which is just so shocking. But do you want to know what's crazy? Is that she actually gets resurrected from the magical sword. So yeah, I really don't know how this is working, but surprisingly, I guess she is alive, so I guess that makes her come back to life, which is just crazy. So she basically resurrected from the dead. Man, I guess she is just one lucky person, I must say. And I'm happy she's alive, because it would have been just, like, upsetting if she wasn't. But thank God she's alive. Oh yeah, and apparently Jonathan is just being beaten up by Art the Clown. Art the Clown is now being defeated by Sienna since she came back to the surface, and basically his neck is all being ruined and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and of course he got decapitated as well. And it all ends with Art the Clown smiling. Oh my god, so yeah, that's the death of Art the Clown, man. Jonathan and Sienna then reunite, which is just absolutely nice. They deserve a break after all that has happened. And then apparently they get to see the pale girl, which is just, well, crazy. And she looks mad as heck. But luckily, she leaves the others alone and apparently collects Art the Clown's head. And then after that, she decides to walk away or something. Yeah, whatever. Man, that scene was random, but kind of cool at the same time. So yeah, I'm glad Sienna and Jonathan made it. And you now are thinking, this is the end of the movie, right? Well, we do have one more scene to this movie, which is a post-credit scene. We're now at the Miles County, like, mental hospital place, wherever, and apparently it's revealed that Victoria Hayes, you know, that girl from the first film, is still, well, trapped in there. So, yeah, that's crazy. And apparently we also get to see this nurse, too, who apparently is talking to one of the other, like, people who works at the, like, hospital place or whatever. And apparently she is talking to this guy. Yeah, so this guy over here is basically Chris Jericho. Well, he's an actor, of course. And he's also a WWE wrestler as well, which is absolutely cool. It's cool they brought a WWE wrestler in this movie. I mean, I guess that's pretty interesting. And fun fact, this girl over here is actually the same girl who is singing that, like, song, The Clown Cafe. It's the same actress, but she's playing different characters. So it's cool she gets to play, like, two characters in this movie. Apparently the nurse is now walking into the hallways, but she does get to see Victoria's, well, she hears Victoria's voice, so she decides to, I don't know, go into the room, but then she finds Victoria with Art the Clown's head, and she freaks out. So yeah, she basically freaks out and sees Victoria and, well, Art the Clown's head, which is crazy. So yeah, apparently Victoria has given birth to Art the Clown's head. Oh, and apparently Victoria is a demon. So yeah, just like Art the Clown is a demon clown, Victoria is now a demon clown as well. So yeah, that's basically the end of this crazy movie. Oh my god. So yeah, that was basically the end of me reviewing Terrifier 2. Oh my god, that movie was just so insane. I absolutely had a fun time reviewing this movie, but oh my god, this movie was 2 hours and 18 minutes. I mean, I like that runtime because it's like really epic and stuff like that. So I absolutely had a fun time making this movie review. I absolutely love this movie. I feel like everybody loves this movie, Terrifier 2, because it's basically like the fan favorite Terrifier film. So yeah, I think it's just absolutely cool and stuff like that. So it's just like one of my favorite like Terrifier films ever. It's just so cool. It's just really cool. So yeah, I just had a fun time reviewing this movie. And yes, that means I will also be reviewing the third Terrifier film as well, because, well, Terrifier 3 is one heck of a crazy movie as well, so I can't wait to review that movie as well, so I cannot wait for that one. But yeah, I had a fun time reviewing this movie. I love this movie a lot. I just love watching this movie. It's a crazy, gory movie, so yeah. I need a break from this, even if I do love this movie. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next movie review, so yeah. Wait, what? Where's Art the Clown? Did he just leave? Huh. Art the Clown, where are you? Art the Clown. Huh. Did he just disappear? Did he just disappear? Are we serious right now? I could have sworn he was just right here. Huh. He's just trying to creep me out. I'm not in the mood for this, Art the Clown. They're kind of scaring me. Oh, well. I guess he is gone. Well, I guess that's, an easy ending for my movie review. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next movie review. Bye!